I would like to read an open letter to you, the audience, especially if you are newly discovering my channel and the rest of my social media content. The words are written. If you see my eyes look down, it's because I'm looking at the notes of them on my lowermost monitor, but they are 100% for me. Around the world, America has become known as a country of narcissists, corrupted and with various manifestations of cultural Marxism. Whether I like it or not, I am a product of that culture. Though I genuinely mean well, I really do. I do have the dark potential as an existential threat to the very cultures I love so much as I travel to them. Meanwhile, as new people from these cultures discover my content, please know that I do not mean to present myself as some superior, hardcore motherfucker who is the best of the best at everything and anything masculine that he does. 10 years ago, I barely even knew what a man was, metaphysically speaking. Merely the result of having grown up in a tumultuous single mother household. Yet I gained my knowledge and skills from somewhere and someone. I am constantly learning from other people, and the best people I've learned from are actually off social media. If I am hard, it is only because I have learned from the examples of men who were harder. If I am masculine, it is only because I listened with both ears and a closed mouth to men who taught me what it means to be a man in the first place. Those mentors deserve all the credit in the world for forgiving my flaws, as they have provided me with the resources of time, attention, knowledge, wisdom, and faith in my character critical for me to become the man that I am today. And I am proud of the man that I've become today, overall. And their influence is a major contributing factor of that. I do not mention them by name only out of respect for their privacy, but they know who they are. I deny them not, and if they did not personally prefer their privacy, I would like my audience to know that I would have no problem stepping aside when it would be correct to give them credit. And off camera, I have no qualms showing them appreciation every chance I get, as they tolerate me for building a personal brand. Especially a personal brand heavily based on what they have taught me over the past several years that I've been with them. This is why my tagline is always a student. The lifestyle I portray is authentic. Authentic, though, as a term, and how I mean to use it, is in that it is really me traveling to these places while speaking from an actual inner place of experience. Yet please keep in mind that my photos and videos are still curated and edited. Off camera, I have fallen where better athletes have flown. I have run out of breath while other athletes have laughed. I am constantly improving, learning, and developing. So whoever you may be, when you look at my content, especially photos that you may see on my Instagram account, I understand how I may give off a kind of Ubermensch vibe. And that vibe is not necessarily fake, though what I may be admired for is merely the result of the concept of you are who you hang with. Off camera, I hang with, rely upon, and receive mentoring from some seriously amazing dudes. So what you may think is awesome about my online persona is actually an indirect emanation, resonation, or reflection of who and how cool they actually are. With that said, let us observe my take on quote-unquote wilderness survival. It is true that I spent 4 years in the Chinese wilderness. Therefore, it is not a lie for me to say that I have years of experience in the things that I demonstrate and talk about. It is true that I have overcome the psychological effects of years of child abuse, as well as homelessness and starting from zero while building businesses from scratch. Therefore, it is not a lie to say that I have played a terrible hand of cards dealt to me well enough to achieve and maintain a certain level of financial stability and freedom at this point in my life in a way that has defied many odds stacked against me. It is also true that I have a certain level of military experience and training. Therefore, it is not a lie to refer to myself as a veteran. However, like many Americans, I am almost unconsciously masterful at presenting myself in ways that may make me seem to be more than what I am. This is not what I mean to do. All I am aiming for is to build a personal brand that is professional, clean, and as authentic as possible with integrity as necessary to provide for my family. This then begs the question, can you not provide for your family without the use of social media? And to that I would answer, yes, but only to a certain extent. This means that I am on social media not as a resonance of how I have succeeded in life, but as a consequence of the isolated areas where and how I have failed. I have hitherto failed to see a better way to play my circumstantial cards in a way necessary to reliably provide for my family with the skills and experiences that I have available to me. Note my wording. I am not blaming the circumstances of my origins, but how I have played the cards of my circumstances up until this point in my acquisition of wisdom. The former is to blame the cards. This is what the weak do. The latter is to blame the player of the cards. This is what the strong would do. I am blaming myself, the player, for failing to see a better way to achieve the quality of life I would like to provide for my family as I rebuild us from the ashes. In that respect, anyone following me should know from the door that I am not raising my children to live on social media, especially not as I do. Social media, to me, is nothing more than a means to an end. A personal sacrifice I have chosen to make of myself to lay a foundation for future generations who would thrive off camera. I am fully aware that whatever admiration or fanfare I may receive throughout the process of filming my videos and taking my pictures is illusory. With all this said, at the door, I hope that you, among the audience of the increasing amount of subscribers I'm seeing, enjoy the show. I really hope you do. I hope you enjoy the show. What you're seeing is authentic, but know that there is always someone better behind the camera. And I forever remain a student.